Hi guys! So, this is the Witch of the Void and I'm continuing my playthrough of Vampire the Masquerade Chapters board game. I'm going with the second prologue after finishing Aaron's one, after Gangrel's, so I'm doing the Malkavian one. So our Malkavian is Harold. Let's read about him. Harold Bellia, Malkavian. Harold is a psychologist whose passions include logic and human mind. Growing up, he kept to himself and found solace in puzzles and neo-noir movies from the 40s. His life was mostly uneventful until his embrace. Chosen to become a son of Malkav, his sense of analysis makes him a great investigator. The embrace exasperated his already troublesome anxiety, but bestowed upon him an insight beyond the reach of humans. Whether through visions or his incredible deduction skills, Harold is extremely in tune with his environment and others' emotions. The kindred community of Montreal often looked down on him, perceiving him as a fragile vampire, one word away from becoming a mess. This is due in part to his Malkavian heritage, a clan many kindred still see as being mentally unstable. Unbeknownst to them, Harold's skills and vampiric powers give him an edge over the other members of the Camarilla. With little effort, he can discern the true motives behind the actions of kindred, and he always stays one step ahead. Of course, no one knows about this, not even his sire, Lydia. In the Camarilla, it is always preferable to keep your cards to yourself and only use them when most effective. So I'll be playing as Harold for this prologue mission. Let's open the additional window. So just to show you his figure, that's Harold. Let's take out his character sheet. Okay then, let's check out the chapter. Introduction, just a reminder, all prologues are played solo. So, tonight's heavy snowfall has rendered visibility on the road almost null. The radio blasts the same oped you've heard all week. Your relationship with Barbara, your wife of 7 years, is not going great. This evening, like so many other nights, you came home to a cold reception. Her silence spoke volumes about her mental state and her disposition towards you. It didn't take long for an argument to break out, and as usual, you preferred to go back to the office to give her space. Your office is your sanctuary, the only place in the city where you feel like you still have a handle on things, where you are in control. In this space, you feel wanted, needed even. As you drive through the snow, you begin to see the silhouette of your clinic standing tall and dark against the night. Only the light above the entrance has been left on. You park your vehicle in the side lot. Half a foot of snow has already accumulated. You wonder if you're going to be stuck here, and begin to think that might be a good thing. You walk up the steps and unlock the front door. As you walk down the corridor to your office, you feel as if someone has just stepped on your grave. You open the door and breathe a sigh of relief as your eyes fall on the familiar space. But wait, where is your mirror? And why are there mounds of paper on your desk? Has there been a break-in? Your first thought is to call the police. But what if it was just an accident on the part of the cleaning lady? You figure it might be best to take a look around before calling in the cops. That way, you can give them more information when they show up. Objective: find out what happened in your office. So this is the tile setup, and just an information, in this chapter you play as a character who is still mortal. You cannot use your vampiric disciplines, nor can you use the blood. Use only black dice when making skill checks during this chapter. Okay, so we are looking for tile number 4. That's the tile number 4. Let's set it up. We don't need tiles for now. That's Harold. Harold is a little bit stealthy and definitely social and a bit mental. He's good at searching. So we have the clue number 4, that's here. Clue number 2, which is the papers on the desk. Clue number 3, which is the laptop. And clue number 1, which is the mirror. And as the game suggests, when you'll be moving around the apartment, you should move one step at a time, because Harold has no points in athletics, so that movement is athletics +1. But I guess this really doesn't matter if there are no rounds to track, and this particular round doesn't have any. So let's find out what happened in Harold's office. Action: read the event he won. You can start investigating the room by moving your character to a hex adjacent to an investigation arena token of your choice. When you do so, flip the scenario booklet to the page in the investigation section corresponding to the area you're investigating. You can investigate any area in no particular order. You start your investigation by scrutinizing the room. Where will you go first? Resume playing. I would go first to clue number 1, which is the mirror, which is the sofa. Okay. Sofa. Approaching the sofa, you hear a crunch and you feel like you've stepped on something hard. Lifting your foot up, you notice a broken shard of glass embedded into the sole of your shoe. You take a few careful steps towards the sofa, only to find that someone has not only removed your mirror from the wall, but also left it smashed to pieces on the sofa. You have to make a mental plus search check. So we need to die. Harold mental skill is attribute is 3, so he rolls 3 dice. And search is, he has the skill search of 3 dots, which means he has 3 automatic successes. Now let's also count how many willpower Harold has. So willpower is a combination of social and mental skills, which in case of Harold is 5. And let's take out for now only willpower. I will also not be needing help, I assume, but we'll see. Okay then, so I need to make a mental check. Mental and such. I need to have 5 successes for the best outcome, and 3 below it will just be a different outcome. So let's try and roll at least 5 successes. I'm lucky, so he has automatic 3 successes from his search skill, and now I rolled additional 2, so that's 5, which qualifies for the option number 2, 5 successes. The pieces on the sofa do not make up the entire mirror. Some of the shards are missing, and the rest have been rearranged to make a smaller mirror. As you move closer, you notice that the office blinds were left open, and the shards of mirror reflect the moonlight. Judging by the distance and the angle of the light, this was deliberate. Romans used to believe burying a broken mirror under the moonlight would cancel the bad luck of breaking it. A sort of do-over, if you will. Make the deduction that seems most right to you, then read the corresponding guess page. Guess number 1. Whoever did this is sending you a clever hidden message about second chances. Or, this was an accident, someone knocked the mirror over and scrambled to pick up the pieces as best as they could. Or, a broken mirror reflects a broken visage. This is a threat. Well, I think it's a clever message about second chances. I'm gonna read the guess number 1. It's true that you have felt fractured lately. You've opened up to a few of your colleagues, but would they really have gone to the trouble of presenting you with such a strange message? A broken mind, a broken mind, a broken man, a broken marriage. It is as if the mirror knows you, reflects the real Harold back at you. Maybe tonight is your breaking point. Maybe your 7 years of bad luck are over and 7 new years are beginning. So I get to remove investigation area token from the tile, and I get to I receive 2 investigation tokens as a reward. So I get those 2. Those are the 2 investigation tokens. Those are clues. So I didn't get any clue. I got 2 investigation success tokens. If all investigations area tokens have been removed from the tile, I must read the event E2, but I have to resume playing because there are 3 more. Or 2 more. What did I do with this one? Okay then, I had to organize myself a little bit better because I experienced some technical difficulties, let's call them that. Okay, so I got 2 clues, not this kind of clues, but this clues, right? And I removed the token number 1, as it's no longer needed. So I'll continue with the investigation. Let's just quickly see if there's anything erratic about it. The difficulty of the skill check should be 3 instead of 2. But the thing is, the books that you have here, they need the errata corrections, which are automatically applied to the chapters storybook available on the web, the one that I'm using currently, due to convenience. So yeah, let's resume playing. So I'll go to the clue number 2 and go straight to the desk. Your desk is a mess. Someone scattered your papers and supplies everywhere. Your picture frames have been toppled. Most of your expensive pens have been broken, and the ink has been spilled across your files. So, do I want to clean up the Surface desk, or do I want to rifle through your drawers? I want to clean the Surface desk. You take a few minutes to replace the pictures and clean up the stained papers. You pick up the biggest frame, the one containing the pictures of Barbara and yourself on vacation in Cancun. You were happy back then, hopeful for a future family that can no longer come to be. As you replace the frame on your desk, you notice the faint imprint of a deep red lipstick around your face. As far as you know, no one in the office wears lipstick. Could a patient have made this mess? You open the drawer and grab a tissue to wipe off the lipstick when... Take clue number 1. So now we take this clue, which is a clue number 1. And continue reading. Someone messed with your files. You remember the most recent memo about digitizing your files, and you know you've been behind on that. If this is someone's idea of a reminder, there will be hell to pay. And if I have clue token number 1, which I do, I must read the information for. Otherwise I can do a difficulty check. But I don't have to, I have the clue. The circled words, the added comments in the margins, it feels like someone wanted to leave me a message. Most of the manipulated files concern abuse victims, violent patients, and patients with dissociative disorders. Furthermore, the notes seem to indicate a pattern of judgment. The person who wrote these notes pretended to analyze those patients based only on the information you left behind, as if they were playing the psychiatrist. I have to make the deduction again. The notes concerns patients with extreme tendencies. The person who did this felt drawn to these files because the patient described within them resembled them. The notes are their musings. All these notes are on files that have since been closed. The person who did this wanted to point out your past failures and highlight your lack of experience. Or the guess number 3. The content of the notes is red herring. Anyone could have made guesses based on your observations. You should focus instead on the handwriting. That may be a clue. And so let's do that. Let's focus on the handwriting. Not many people at this clinic know of your observations or the patients who have visited you. Looking closer at the handwriting, which at first glance could point to one of your co-workers, you notice it's strangely similar to that of one of your patients, Lydia Moscato. Could she be behind this? Okay, remove investigation token number 2 and take clue token number 2. Take 2 investigation tokens to go with it. Oh, we have so many now. So we have 4 investigation tokens and 2 clues. If all of the investigation tokens have been removed from the tile, we must read event number 2. But they are not. So let's move now to the desk. Okay. And let's move to the desk, to the computer on the storybook as well. Computer. Your computer is running, but the monitor is turned off. You do not recall leaving it on when you left. When the screen turns on, you are greeted by an unfamiliar desktop. Spread across the screen are multitude of audio and video files, and no sign of your work and personal folders. You do not want to open the files, but your curiosity gets the better of you. With one hand, you pick up the phone and dial 911. With the other, you hover over one of the icons. Before the operator answers, you find yourself clicking on a file. It's a video of you and your wife in bed one night. The video was filmed against your window. You panic and your thoughts begin to race. Is this blackmail? In this case, should you call the police? Maybe whoever took this video will know and might hurt your wife if you act too quickly. A morbid curiosity takes a hold of you. You hang on. Now you need to make a mental and technology check. And you need 4 successes for the best result. Technology is just 1. So in order to succeed, I need to roll at least 3 successes on the dice. I did! Yeah, so that's on record, just to point that out. This is a failure. This one is 1 success, but this one is 2 successes, which makes it 3. Yay! So I get 3 successes with 1 added automatic success from the technology skill, which makes 4. So I get to read the option for 4 successes. You open the audio files. They are recordings of your therapy sessions with your patients. Some of them were clearly recorded from within your office, others from outside. The recordings go back as far as 2 years and cover all of your patients, except Lydia. It was easy to miss, but after a few minutes of scrutiny, you realize everything you had on Lydia Moscato has been deleted. So, educated guess time. One of your colleagues is trying to sabotage you. Or Lydia is behind this and is attempting to cover her tracks. Or 3, someone is trying to blackmail you. But right now, everything points out to Lydia, so let's read guess number 2. Lydia Moscato's files are missing, and everything else has been moved to obfuscate that fact. This is an attempt by your patient to interfere with your work. Take 2 investigation token successes. Okay guys, I now have 5. Sorry, I now have 6. Take clue token number 2 if you don't have it yet, but I do. And remove this one. And now we still have 1 investigation token left, so let's resume playing and go to that investigation token number 4. Let's read it. Shelf. The books on the shelves are not yours. You normally keep reference material on psychotherapy, behavioral therapy, and cognitive dissonance. Tonight, instead of your familiar books, you see the following. Treatise on the operations of spirits and on vampires or revenants of Hungary. Moravia et al. By Antoine Augustin Calmet. The House by the Churchyard by Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu. Beyond the Gates of Dreams by Len Carter, Belmont Books edition. And something in French. I can't speak French, so I will not butcher the language, by Jean-Pierre Bayard. Is there some clue to be gleaned from those books? You need to do, I need to do a mental and awareness check. His awareness is 2, so that's 2 automatic successes. And mental is 3, so I need to score 2 successes for the best result. Again, mental 3 dice. On a roll. So this is, a failure, but this is 2 successes, and this here is also 2 successes, so that's 4 successes plus 2 automatic successes, so I scored 6 successes. I'm on a roll today. The books all have the same thing in common: vampires. Sheridan was the author of Camarilla. Calmet's treatise is on vampires, and even Gilles de Rais was at one point considered a vampire by his contemporaries. Books with links to vampires, but no sign of Dracula or Twilight. What message hides behind it all? Guess number 1. The books form a riddle. One that will explain everything if you can solve it. The books are a coded message placed here for your eyes only. The books are an insight into the psyche of whomever left them there. And I guess the books form a riddle, one that would explain everything if you can solve it. Okay, I'll take 2 investigation tokens, which makes it 8 now. And I do have all investigation tokens now, so we have to read Lydia's arrival event. There is a soft knock on the door. There in the door stands one of your oldest regular patients, Lydia Moscato, all mysterious and charismatic. This behavior behooves her, but is not representative of her usual self. What is going on tonight? Said your character, and Lydia Moscato designated hexes. So this is where Harold goes. And now let's introduce Lydia, whom I already set aside. Let me show you Lydia. That's Lydia. And Lydia goes here. Lydia enters your office wearing a fur-trimmed coat. She leans against the frame of the door and takes a long look around. Good evening, Harold. Miss Moscato, you stammer. What are you doing here? We're closed. I came to see you, Harold. I needed to see you. Lydia keeps looking around the office, almost as if she was expecting someone else to be here. She isn't supposed to be here, in fact. Didn't you lock the front door behind you? Still, she might be in need of assistance, and as a therapist, you feel called to help. You can send her away or try to understand what she wants. Social and insight or social and intimidation. He has absolutely no intimidation, but he has a bit of insight. So I guess it might be easier to do the insight check, so we'll try to understand what she wants. We roll 2 dice and we have 2 automatic successes, and we need to roll at least 1 success to understand what she wants. Okay, I'm really on the roll. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus the 2 from his insight, which makes it 6. So I did success on trying to understand what she wants. Quick assessment. She could be suffering from a psychotic episode. She is definitely not dressed to be outside in the winter, and her behavior is much more flirtatious than usual. To your shame, you recall wanting her at some point. You never acted upon those desires and certainly never let them show. Except right in this moment, the way she's dressed, her dark lipstick. This is everything you find attractive, like she knew you. If you have clue token number 2, which we have, you must read this. The culprit. It was her all along. You lunge for the phone to call the cops. As you grab the handset, Lydia takes a few quick strides into your office and rips the cord from the outlet. She must have seen your reaction, for she changes her behavior almost immediately. Sit down, Harold. Make yourself comfortable. Her voice shifts back to flirtatious. She languorously, I don't know that word, moves to your desk and leans on it. You will not regret it. You can try to reason with her, or you can try to obey her. And I'm torn now because... okay, let's make Harold the reasonable one. Miss Moscato. Please, Harold, call me Lydia. We've been together for years. Her demeanor, her words choice. She is really not her usual self tonight. You decide to entertain her, to use this opportunity to get her talking, and figure out what to do. Miss Moscato, during our last session, you mentioned your disdain for authority. Did you want to expand on that? You cross your legs and adapt the posture you take when sessions begin. Make a social and persuasion check. Persuasion 2, social 2, so we need to roll at least one success to pass the difficulty check. Okay, we have 2 successes here and 2 failures. So 2 successes plus 2 persuasion successes, that means 4, so we succeeded. Strong will. Lydia is amused by your attempts to regain control of the situation. She bats her eyes a few times before saying, "You've got a strong will, Mr. Therapist." You remain quiet. "I would not have expected any less from you," she says. "I did not come here for help, Harold. You came here for me." She isn't making any sense. You fear her situation is worsening the longer she remains without help. "I can fix all of your problems. And God knows you have many. Your wife, your finances, your frustrations." You believe you understand what is truly going on. Or you can turn the tables on her. Let's turn the tables on her. Turning the tables. "Lydia, are you saying you spent the last 7 years of your life attempting to control mine in the vague hope that I, at this very moment, would accept whatever propositions you have for me?" Your tone changes from that of an empathetic therapist to a darker, more threatening one. "You are seriously troubled, Miss Moscato. The world does not revolve around you or your needs. You would do well to heed my warning for you. Stop this nonsense and get help. Now." Lydia fakes surprise, then immediately begins to grin. My, Harold, I was not mistaken after all. You will do just fine. You have just shown me you are exactly who I need. And I get another investigation token for a total of 9. Refer to final deduction section. The final deduction puts an end to the investigation sequence. The investigation success tokens you possess will give you the potential to choose the ultimate outcome of the investigation. The hints you've gathered so far can help you understand Lydia's true nature, as well as the hidden events that transpired here tonight. If you have 7 plus investigation success tokens, I have 9, I can read the best outcome. She wants you. Lydia's interest in you was motivated by a genuine desire to see you succeed, at least according to what she considers success. Okay, so educated guess. Lydia is a part of an exclusive gang who is blackmailing you to get you to join them. Or Lydia is a part of secret society who ruins their prospective members' lives in order to rebuild them as they see fit. Okay, Lydia is part of a secret society. Prodigy. Lydia is delighted. You are missing a few pieces of the puzzle, my dear, but the Camarilla has been good at making itself invisible. You will take to the clan like a fish to water, Harold, and I expect you will surpass even some of our more established kindred. Some of the terms she uses are unknown to you, but you get the feeling you will discover the meaning soon enough. So I gain 1 XP for all of the characters I'll be playing, and I take the Brilliant Mind 15 effect card. Oh, I need to dive into the effect card somewhere here, I think. Number 15. No, not that set. I took this one, but I have split them apart. That was 15. show you how I search through the deck. That's 15. A brilliant mind. There is no greater genius without some touch of madness, Aristotle. Plus 3 dice to your next mental health check. So this is Harold's specific card that you get to use in the first chapter of the story or the next one. Okay, so that'll be it. You can now read its conclusion in the storybook. But let me just put that down. So, Harold, Prologue, plus 1 XP point each, plus Brilliant Mind, number 15. Perfect. Okay then, let's read the conclusion now. Conclusion. It's been almost 2 years since Lydia embraced you, yet you distinctly remember everything. Her sensual approach, the carnal way she latched onto your throat, the throes of pleasure that soon followed, and then panic, death, blood filling your mouth and lungs as your mind descended into the abyss. For what felt like an infinity, you were plunged into a dark place between panic and insanity. Then your eyes opened, and you awoke to a completely different world. You are now a Malkavian, part of the Insane Clan, as they often called. In reality, Malkavians see the world for what it really is. Lydia taught you how to feed yourself with blood and about the Camarilla clans. She also taught you that everything you needed to know about nocturnal society, especially the 6 traditions: the masquerade, the domain, progeny, responsibility, hospitality, and distraction. You've become just like her, a fervent supporter of the secular pillars that have protected your kind for centuries. You're a member of the Camarilla to your core. Tonight, a storm is raging. When you look through the window, you occasionally spot flashes of lightning. Thunder is denoting in the background. It almost feels like a foreshadowing of sorts, as if a violent change is coming. Your sire, Lydia, left not too long ago. Before departing, she informed you of an emergency Elysium that the prince is holding tomorrow night. Everyone has been asked to join. You assume it concerns the strange disappearance of a group of artists close to Betty, one of Lydia's allies. Your eyes return to the window and you watch the raindrops slowly trickle downward. You're almost hypnotized by the sight of them, meeting and crashing into each other, only to join together. The sound of lightning snaps you out of your daydream. You'll need to still your hunger before tomorrow's night's meeting. It's time to hunt. Oh, I get additional XP point. Nice. Oh my. Okay, so through those 2 chapters, I have 3 experience points to spend once I officially start the first chapter, or before I start the first chapter, once I gather the team. Okay then, so this concludes the story, the prologue of the Malkavian Harold. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for my mispronouncing some words. I am not a native speaker, so again, apologies for that. And for now, this concludes the second prologue. I'll be moving on to the third one. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment whether you like the story of Harold, his prologue, and what do you think about the character. And I hope you tune in to the next episode. Thank you guys. Bye.